All right, everybody, we are back. Part two of doing the season with my Crusader. Well, I guess last time we were doing this, we finished off with kicking the Skeleton King's ass, and so we're just gonna keep on pushing forward and kind of just see how far it takes us. I'll just kind of, I guess, the original plan was to do this based upon certain time frames. I guess 30 minutes is always a nice optimal block for a playthrough, but I'm just gonna go with the flow and try to find much more natural points in the game in order to turn off everything. Well, not turn off everything, but to continue. And so last time we went through, we were kind of gearing up, seeing what we had upgrade wise. None of these were really all that
I've
great.
dug around some interesting
And
things on my
so we
latest dig.
are
You should take
going
a look.
to go ahead and clear all this and just see if there's anything to buy that we could, do for an upgrade. Wow, that's a strength on the belt, so that'd be good. A little more damage. Yeah, we'll roll with that. And weapon-wise, I think we're pretty good with the weapons. I don't think there's nothing super must-have here. So we'll take this belt. Losing a little bit of toughness, but I don't think we're really all that worried about that. And also, we need to make sure that we're getting our hero, or our guy over here, some stuff too. So I didn't really think about that at first, so I need to go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to use this stuff on the right side instead. I think that'll be more useful. I said last time, it's like, it's not like we're playing hardcore, but that anything to help us stay alive a little bit longer, I think will be useful. And then as far as skills is going, we'll still use that. Use Iron Skin, Provoke. Sweep Attack's pretty good. I don't think we got a rune yet. We're going to get one here in a minute. So that's fine. And then Slash was what we've been using. What else we got? Just Slash? So we don't get Smite to level 11 either. So, okay. Let's just grind this out a little bit. We'll get what we need here in just a second.
Tell me everything.
Goatmen are rampaging through the
too much of the
fields.
story in there. Go to the field of misery. Is it? Yeah, I said that right. Yeah, today's been... Man, there is a fly flying around here that is getting on my damn nerves. Like, I'm telling you. Like, it just keeps on bugging the hell out of me. You know what? I'm just going to go with the thing that's flashing. See, it's been a while. I'm trying to take the most efficient route possible to where we're trying to go. I don't want to sit here and walk forever anywhere. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. But yeah, we're gonna just try to get through as much of this as I can. I think actually being level 10 and being at this point in the game is actually pretty good. So we're doing some good stuff right now.
If there's a sword here,
Let's
we will
see what we got
find it.
going on. Ain't nothing for me to hit. Nobody wants to get hit. I got it right. Yeah, this stabbing stuff. Yeah. We need to go hurry up and get Smite. Sweep Attack, Sweep Attack is pretty good. Got some weapons. Got a little bit of crit damage.
I no longer doubt that demonic forces have corrupted these creatures.
Yeah, I messed around with the Greater Risk the first time here not too long ago. It was actually pretty interesting, and I've already kind of seen some tactics and getting legendary gems. I got a couple of them. One that basically deals with elite damage for the most part. That was actually pretty nice. This lore. So yeah, we got the lore, or not the lore. Anyway, I got this. Greater Rift. So that was pretty neat. There's no items in there, so it really is just all about trying to maximize the clear time. Actually, I want to kill stuff. Yeah, and it was pretty nice. I got through pretty quickly. My trial. What I did was I actually had a key of the key of trials the first time, and I used that to get one that was like realistic. So I actually tried to complete the trial and ended up with a level 17 key for my Greater Rift. But then I had a second one, and according to Blizzard and reading it, you basically are getting legendary gems just dropped out of there. And so, if it doesn't matter what gem that you're trying to get, and or if it doesn't matter what level of the rift it is to get the gems, then probably the fastest way to actually get the gems would be just to go ahead and mess with mess with a level 1 gem. Then you can just run through really fast to get the gems that you need. And so that seems like that would be very efficient. Like that might actually be the route that I take. So I actually had a level 1 key just for that, just so I can go ahead and get all the. Well, I mean, you'll lose the key, if you decide to get the gems. I chose to upgrade the gems. So what I probably should have done was not do anything at all, so I could have kept my key. But I didn't do that, so wasn't really thinking when I did it. So now I got to go back through and get me another trial key, and then mess with it again.
I'm returning to town.
And I think I'm gonna do that and get all the legendary gems back, and then I'll worry about upgrading them. And kind of as it goes. You can only put the gems inside of jewelry, so it has to be inside of a ring or an amulet. But I can see where that's very useful. Especially on amulets, depending on what your class is, because usually you're trying to do your attack speed and get crit damage and chance.
I have no.
But these useful. Yeah, that's usually the goal. But I can see where maybe you're doing like an int roll, and you're missing something, and you don't get that attack speed, but you can turn that into a socket. And some of those bonuses, depending upon what your build is, could be very useful. I'm trying to find one that maybe you might have like a pet damage increase or something like that. Something that would basically help out my pet doctor's build. So that would be very useful.
I heard rumors of
So I mean, kind of just outside thinking a little bit, looking forward and trying to see what I can do down the road. That'll help me get some more stuff real quick. I think that might be the strategy I want to do with that, but I'll probably do a couple of, like I said, I do want to show off the class, my full level 70 classes and what I'm kind of doing there and some of the gear. And so those will come. I'll probably do a couple of rifts or maybe do like a bounty set rift and kind of show that out, build or do a rift with the build. The clear times, like the Torment 2, Torment 3 kind of stuff, which is where that particular character is at the time, or at the time being. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mess with some of this. Oh yeah, I also got a passive, so I'm gonna actually go with, since we're using a one-handed weapon, why not? We're not using two-handed weapons, so we're gonna go with that.
Uncle Decker
and now
told
I
me
can
stories
use
of
smite.
them when I was a little girl.
So we're gonna do smite here. I think sweep attack, we got a rune, which is even better. There's nothing here for that. Provoke, nope, not yet. So boom shakalaka. So now we got something that'll help us do a little more damage. So we should really be kicking some booty now.
Please help. They're going to kill my friend.
Some major booty.
Thieves are going to kill
What do they want with your friend?
Let's go.
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
Dexterity. Dexterity ain't helping us. We're not a demon hunter.
I'll never tell
It's crazy how they only, we have multiple int classes, you have multiple strength classes, but you only have really one class of dexterity as the primary stat, which I always think that's pretty interesting. Well, maybe the monk does too. I don't remember the stats the monk. Man, that's sweep attack. Not good. That sweep attack does some pretty crucial little damage. Smite looks pretty decent. Got us a little bit of stuff here.
Here's the relic,
Scoundrel.
You wish to join my
Let's
crusade?
see. Oh, there we
It's a
go.
hard
We're
path.
upgrading. That's some strength and some vitality.
The
So
way
yeah,
is
let's take
hard and
that.
all that. Shall we go?
And not a better shield. I think it's a little bit more. Actually, we have more stat on the shield we got now, so we'll just keep on rolling there. Look at that scoundrel and the simple. We're all rolling, just hanging out, having a good time, kicking some demon asses.
Criminal's proposal.
But we're gonna stick with the Templar as our guy for the time being.
What of your betrothed?
I think this is the point in the game where it'll ask you, hey, do you want to take this guy?
Merry and kind to you.
Oh,
By
this-
the way, my name is
the
Lyndon.
scoundrel north to the left. No.
The tomes say of Alaric and this temple
what we
is
got
not
here.
encouraging.
Templar, I guess. I mean, for most, I guess a lot of people like the Templar more than any of the other
Must
guys.
be Alaric the guardian.
You know,
No.
I'm more of an enchantress person, really, not because it's a chick.
I will raise the bridge that you may pass.
She has some pretty good stuff. I mean, she can hex. You know, her hex abilities are useful. My witch
The
doctor,
warriors rest.
my pet build.
Crypt
I
of
mean,
the
run that
ancients.
hex ability on those elites, and they can't do what they normally do. That's pretty. That becomes pretty helpful when you're out there trying to do what you need to do. So I think that's actually a great idea. So, but I don't know. For the time being, I know that the scoundrel actually has the ability. He has one of the passes that increase your critical hit chance. So I mean, that's always useful.
Fools are stronger than
Yeah,
most
anything to help
risen
get your
dead,
DPS
but they
and your
gain their
damage up.
fortitude through horrific means.
Which I guess down the road in
feasting
the end
upon
games,
human
you know, a lot more
corpses.
important.
These
So that's basically what the end game's all about. Just trying to get the little tweaks, and you're trying to perfect and get the bonuses and everything like that on all your gear. You can't get new gear. Everything's level 70. You know, well, new in the sense of, you know, it's a higher level item to upgrade. Now you're just trying to get everything to roll the way that you want it to. And also get all the set items, because everything in game is built around getting some sort of set.
Why did you order me to guard the beacon?
You know, I mean, and that's fine. And I think that is sometimes the turn off, I think, for people with these types of games, is they might not like the, you know, having to go through that kind of a grind, you know, for items. And, you know, and that's fine. So, but, I mean, these loot games, they aren't for everybody, and you know, I mean, this is coming from a person that spent a lot of hours, you know, on Borderlands 2. I think between my Xbox version and my PC version, I probably put about 400 hours, and a lot of that really was just farming for legendaries, and you know, starting and stopping and that's just kind of how these kinds of games are built. But you know, and some people, they just get addicted to that. Well, one more time. You know, mentality of the game, which, in, you know, Diablo, you can almost say inspired a game like Borderlands. In a way, Borderlands seems like it's trying to be a hybrid of, I mean, basically the game seems like it's Diablo with guns, or at least that's what I called it when I played it for the very first time a long time ago. But then, you know, it is more than just Diablo with guns, and it does introduce some stuff, and now you got Destiny getting ready to come out really soon, which basically takes that concept that, you know, Borderlands is trying to do and take it to the next level. But you know, a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of MMO elements in Borderlands, but I don't think Borderlands necessarily was trying to be an MMO. While it does take, you know, the whole, you know, like raid bosses and the Digistruct Peak kind of seems like a nice little dynamic concept. So, I mean, you see things in there that, and I'm talking about Borderlands 2, of course, you know, so I'm talking about the original game. But they definitely supported it and did a really good job with the core expansion. And that was really good. And I think Borderlands, they're trying to make it a story-driven style of game with, you know, just enough content to keep it going. I mean, that's not to say that Destiny doesn't have a story, but it seems like they want to try to be both, like, and offer, I mean, you almost could say that the game is trying to be the most perfect shooter, in a sense. So, yeah, it's you know, we want to offer Halo-like game, you know, multiplayer, along with, you know, this nice story-driven stuff, because, you know, a lot of times in MMOs, like, I don't know how many people play World of Warcraft and really read all the story that goes along with it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe people do. I just know I don't. I get a quest and I read it, and I mean, I don't really like necessarily read the quest, or I just totally said both things. Let me start over. But no, it's not like I really sit there and read, you know, and read again all the quests. You know, you just kind of pick it up. You know what you're supposed to do. Pick up that item, kill this thing, and you kind of just move on. So, but with Borderlands, in the way that it kind of forces the dialogue on you, and you know, you got to do it, so you kind of do identify with the characters and you know who they're all about. So, I mean, I think that Borderlands is definitely trying to be a much more story-driven shooter, and which is why I like to compare the game a little bit more to Diablo than say, you know, a game like World of Warcraft. Both Blizzard games, of course. You know, Diablo, you know, great story. You know, it's got the story driven stuff, but then it got a lot of aspects that, you know, that gives its replayability and help you to farm and get weapons and do all that really fancy stuff. So, just whatever floats your boat, I guess. Anyway, that is my 5-minute rant on games
Temple is open. Enter.
and the similarities between Borderlands and other stuff. So I think the next area, like I said, it's been a while since I've just played through the acts and try to remember everything that's going on. But I believe that this takes us, you know, straight into the hiring. That's the next stage after this. Yeah, kill Ezekiel and the prophet. That's what he gets. And all his skeletons and stuff. Oh, you know, and then I kind of thought about it, and I thought, well, maybe I should make this be a hardcore character, but if I already had a character that was already built up, then I probably would do that. But the fact that I've been haven't messed around with the character, you know, this is going to be a character that I plan on using, you know, after the season's over. So, I mean, either way, I was going to level up the character anyway, so my theory is, hey, why not do the season 2, get some of the exclusive content. They say they're going to make legendaries that are just, you know, exclusive to the season. You can get them early, obviously, and then they're going to release them into the main game after that. So you have to wait. And so I know there's a lot of people that are kind of like, ugh, I don't want to sit here and grind out everything. So, which is understandable, because, I mean, with a season, you're basically having to play a different character.
Within you that she spoke of?
But it would probably be more to your benefit if you were able to do it. I mean, if you did it with a group of people, that would work out a lot better. I got Blessed Hammer.
And suffer short lives.
Anything now,
The
though. I'll
demon
stay with my
Marissa
build.
promised to restore their power, but instead turned them into misshapen creatures and sent them to war against us. We may die, but not before she is sent back to the burning hells.
Hell, a lot more damage than what we're doing now. It hits harder, slower. You know, I think I might go ahead and roll with that. Throw that one.
Leah, tell me more about your inn.
I don't know.
The world is so dangerous. Everybody
Back
needs
to
a quiet,
Tristram.
safe place to rest and recover. A way station on their journeys.
You will make a fine innkeeper.
Hand it off to this stranger.
I remember
Let
you're
the
right.
stranger transform. Nah, it's kidding. Tonight, yeah. Well, you know, hold up. Whoa. While we're here,
I've dug up some new things
roll
for
up,
you
give
to
me my
take a
money.
look at.
I won. Like, you what? I lost. Oh, I guess they do have your own thing. You know, it would be to my own benefit to actually get some of this crafting material, because I don't really know how much of this stuff I'm really going to use down the road, but I just know that a lot of this early crafting material don't even really use down the road. When you start getting to your level 70 gear, use the specific stuff. It feels like items under 60 use this, and items over 60 use that. And you're not, like I say, you're not going to really spend a lot of time crafting set items or anything like that before you hit the level cap. At least I would think. It's just kind of like Borderlands 2, you know, like why waste your time trying to really farm. I mean, yes, legendary guns do help make the game a lot easier, and if you get one, you know, some of the easier legendaries to farm, yeah, I would definitely get those, but, you know, after a couple of levels, you know, they really don't help you out. So, they haven't really, you know, yeah, I'm just messing around. So it's like, hey, I got this level 15 legendary shotgun, but then it's like, it doesn't do nothing for me after a while. Level 18. Oh, gotta get rid of it. And then next thing, now your rares and your commons and stuff like that are actually more useful. So we're, I don't know, I don't really know where we're gonna go to finish off this particular run. Kill this guy over here. That's the attack, you know, really hurts. And to our benefit, you know, playing through this, we should be able to get ourselves a couple of legendaries just messing around here in this season. That'll also be very useful too.
I seek the hilt of a
We
sword.
found
I'm going back to Tristram to check on Uncle Deckard.
Let's go into the church. Yep. I guess a church.
It's gone.
While you were on your hero's errand,
Yeah,
he
oh man.
I should have known. I must get back to Kane's
Trying to do
house.
the whole, oh, we go to Kane's house. Back to Tristan. Feels like you just do a lot of back and forth this early in the game. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, we're gonna skip this cutscene because we already know what's happening.
If only I could control this power
I'm sorry.
net.
We must bring
My
it. She won't have to wait.
Chances are you've already seen it. Like I said, if you're doing seasons, you played this, you know this line. Or you may not. You know, it might be new to the game and you just kind of want to know, but this is more about just progressing through and more about progression than it really is about trying to give you the story of Diablo. I guess that's for you to do on your own. Should you want to. I know I did. I know when I first played the game, I really watched every cutscene, did every side quest. I did pretty much everything. I mean, as you should. You know, they spend a lot of time, you know, creating those storylines and writers and stuff and things, and should enjoy those 40, 50 bucks that you spent to get the game. Get every last penny and drop out of that. So that's what I said.
Hello,
Oh, he's like, help me out, damn it. What's he got? What do we got here? What do we got? Okay. Dang, they don't. You know, rings don't come up very often when you play this game.
Spiderlings alone
really
may
don't.
seem unthreatening.
Probably gonna have to buy a ring, but yeah, they don't never drop. Amulets never drop.
There will be matriarchs. And
Like the
fully
hardest
grown
items in the game to
arachnids
get.
are
Jewelry
extremely
items. are hard to
possessions.
get pants and everything else all day.
The ubiquitous
I understand
spider
it.
is one of the oldest
Those are
and
some of
most
the items that do some of the most
adaptable
stuff
creatures in
work.
the world.
Okay, so that's what we'll do.
Seems to have
We'll
acquired
kill
an
the
unfortunate
queen.
susceptibility to magic. When exposed,
I
the
know that.
arachnids will increase dramatically in size
Yeah.
and even cast spells. Due to this hazard,
We'll go over here and
recommend staying
kick the
out in
Spider
dark
Queen's
places
ass, and
whenever
then
possible.
that should take us to where we need to be. And that will be the stopping point, because it'll take, I mean, I'm hit or miss on whether or not to go over. See, I've already went the wrong direction. And I know that there are some people that are like, well, you walk in, you see this, you do that, and then you should know. But, I mean, I play the game a lot, but I haven't studied some of the areas are just easier to figure out than others. This one's not one of them. I almost always go in the wrong direction, and it wastes too much time, and I don't get where I need to get. I don't get where I need to be in a very efficient time. So we're just gonna keep shrugging along. She's kind of one of my, I mean, she's a pretty easy boss, and it's a nice quick part of the game to get through. But I think that'll be a pretty decent spot. I mean, she's, I think, the last major boss until you get to, like, Magna, the Butcher, all those characters and stuff. So the Butcher will be the next major boss that we have to face. Yeah, maybe we should get one of these sweet legendaries, like at least one. 8 packs. So the plan is basically to go all the way through the story mode on normal, unless we get some really good gear, but just get through that, and then once we do that, then we can start working on gear to get towards hard and work on hard, and the goal probably is to get it to expert, and then just play expert until you get all the material that you need to jump straight into torment. And that's what those game modes are for, to help you progress and gear up and everything, to get the XP. But I think that, well, that's what I was able to do with my Witch Doctor. like my Witch Doctor character worked out really well because I was very, very easily able to get up towards Torment. But I already had a lot of gear and legendaries that were just in the stash, so it was like, oh, well, you're level 70, you can wear this, you can put on this, you know. So that's why I try not to just salvage every legendary that I'm not using, or garbage legendary, because when you're in Torment 1, just having a legendary is actually pretty useful. Like, you should just have a legendary in every slot. I mean, it doesn't have to be like build dependent or anything like that. Like, you know, you'll be worrying about that once you're getting in there. But, you know, in order to take advantage of all the good legendary drop rates and all that kind of stuff, you definitely want to at least be able to go into Torment and do something
He knew this corruption
besides
would
getting your ass
eventually
kicked.
destroy the
So,
church, and that he must take it.
see, like as I'm showing you right now, I'm totally not going anywhere near it.
I require no.
But that's what happens. That is indeed what happens. But we'll get here in just a second.
The wrath is low.
Nothing useful. Doesn't. Oh. Let's see. We got a magic mace here. It's cold damage. It's faster, but it does more damage. My whole goal is to continue to do damage. My toughness is already at 1,000, which is good. My hit points is not at 1,000 now. They should definitely have more arrows that point in the direction of stuff that you're supposed to go to. For people like me that don't do that. So where I was supposed to go was probably down this way. But since we're here, then let's take advantage and kill a couple of things. That is, things start out pretty slow when you play, but you know, like I said, once you start getting into all the premium content and you're doing rifts and you're doing your builds and you're able to kill, you know, 25 monsters at one time using one, you know, attack sort of thing, you know, then you start to see the fruits of your labor. So that's always the fun part. I am look at that. Once again, every direction I'm picking, I've basically just explored this whole area, and this is why I'm saying once we get to the Queen, this is going to be the last spot, because I'm not going anywhere near where I need to go. Once again, I picked the wrong direction. So, trying to figure this out. And I don't really have any interesting story to tell you, so, you know, you're just kind of watching me have to sit here and grind my way through all this. So I apologize. Probably people are like, oh, you're so stupid, man. Like, man, you should have just known to do this and that. Man. Well, oh well. There we go. Now we pick the direction. Finally, that's the right one. See, and this is why, like, when I do my bounties, it's one of the bounties I never mess with. Like, I'll see this bounty, like, when I do chat, when I want to do Act 1 bounties, and I'll just skip it. You know, but I mean, you know, it's not so bad if you got somebody with you. And if you have somebody playing with you, you know, you can just kind of break up the map. I go over here, you go over here, sort of thing.
They should have run when they had the chance.
You know what? It's XP. You can go and jump to level 13 really fast. You almost can make an argument that we're probably leveled up and a lot further ahead. Than we really need to for this point in the game, so. There we go. We're trying to get all close together. Boom. We're not going to get the bonus, but the XP just from getting it is nice. Oh, no? We might be able to do it. Just might be able to saw. Yep. Okay. I didn't think I was actually going to kill all 100. Gave for that super attack. There we go. Get some material, right? Some money. Never hurts to get some of that. Might even get some upgrades. Look at that. Boom. Better bracers. That might have been all we actually got. Oh, we got our first shoulders. There we go. Roll that for a little bit. Roll it up, man. All right, so we're looking pretty good. Shoes. But we're almost there. Like I said, it's just picking the right direction, I guess. Should be up and away. And we'll go ahead and handle this. Okay, so now we finally got to where we need to be. That probably took about approximately 7 minutes longer than it probably really should have, had I just picked the general right direction. It's hit or miss. It's all good though. Could have been worse. So let's go ahead and kill the queen.
Please help me. It's horrible.
I'm so used to the bounty and her just already being there already.
No, it's too late. I hear her. The Spider Queen is coming.
We get it.
Spider
Stuck in there.
Queen.
See what kind of damage I do. She ain't gonna hurt me. Look at that. I can just tank out the damage. Not too bad. Totally different style of play than I'm accustomed to. So different having to be up close to characters rather than, using spells and pets and stuff. I didn't think the Demon Hunter was going to be a class. I'm trying to think down the road which class I'm going to use next. The Demon Hunter seems like stylistically to be different enough to warrant me a playthrough. I just want it really to mess with the melee character and do something different. Or, not necessarily different, but traditional. Because everybody likes to be a tank. Could be considered that. So there we go. So we got some material. Got a new lore.
That
Listen to him talk.
Archbishop Lazarus loosed
Okay,
a
let's
silent
go ahead
terror
and
in the
look at this really
caves near
quick.
Leoric's Manor before he died. He
Doesn't add any
labored for
strength,
weeks
but that would
over
be
a
some.
group of
That's
unusually
well, we'll
large
take that
spiders.
definitely.
And many of his servants
That's just a
quietly
lot of toughness
disappeared
and
during
healing.
this time.
I might have to go ahead and take
The
that.
largest
We've
creature
already losed a
led
little
the
bit of hitting,
others
but,
into
I
the
mean,
caves.
who cares?
None who have ventured there have returned.
And that's amazing toughness. So, like I said, we'll be at 1,000. Perfect for butcher fighting. Save this lady.
Thank you. Thank
Who will
you.
take us out.
This horrible place.
Well, when she'll let us go into the Highlands. Here we go. Well, I do need to find the portal. So I think that is what we'll go to.
It was terrible being stuck.
I see.
Just so we know we can get back to where we need to go.
These
portal is
lands
right
once
there,
belonged
so
to the
we'll-
crown.
Oh, hey, here's another guy for us to kill. In the chest. Told him to get big. Alright, so here we go. So we're at the Highland Crossing. Perfect point. We'll go ahead and go back. And this is where we're going to cut it off. And then I don't know if we're going to get to the butcher. But we'll take that into consideration. Just kind of play to a point where it makes sense to stop. So that's that chapter. And so we'll cut off here. And I will catch up with you guys next time.